hold on tight because the news is coming at you fast. Jane Roberts, a 47-year-old from Bristol, is taking on the Newport Half Marathon this Sunday, and she's running it dressed as a giant brain. That's right, a giant brain, all to raise awareness and funds for the Brain Tumour Charity after her own heartbreaking diagnosis of an incurable brain tumor. But that's not all. She's already overcome challenges she never imagined, and this run is just the latest example of her incredible spirit. We'll have the full story on Jane's inspiring journey and how you can support her cause. Has been sentenced to 9 years in prison for his role in an $11.4 million scheme that bilked Medicare out of millions. He was sending medically unnecessary orthotic braces to hundreds of beneficiaries and pocketing the profits. Prosecutors say Cruz went to extreme lengths to conceal his crimes, including structuring cash withdrawals and lying about company ownership. We'll break down the details of this elaborate fraud and the message authorities are sending to those who exploit the healthcare system. Finally, a family in New Jersey is demanding answers after a tragic hospital death. The family of Phillysborough, a beloved East Orange municipal worker, is suing Mountainside Medical Center for $40 million, alleging medical malpractice and a cover-up. They claim Burrell received negligent care during a liver biopsy and that the hospital obstructed a state-mandated autopsy. The family's lawyer believes the hospital intentionally misled them about the cause of death. We'll explore the details of this heartbreaking case and the fight for justice. Don't miss the full stories on all of these critical updates. Hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, and stay informed. Jane Roberts, a 47-year-old HR professional and mother from Bristol, is taking on the Newport Half Marathon this Sunday, April 19th, with a remarkable twist. She'll be running dressed as a giant brain. This isn't just a quirky costume choice. It's a powerful statement of resilience and a fundraising effort for the Brain Tumour Charity. Jane's journey began last March when she was diagnosed with a brain tumor. Initially, she attributed her symptoms, memory loss, brain fog, fatigue, irritability, and itchy skin, to perimenopause, a common assumption. However, further tests, including a CT scan, revealed a more serious diagnosis. The news was heartbreaking, compounded by the fact that her tumor is incurable and inoperable. Despite this, Jane maintains a positive outlook, focusing on living with her condition and raising awareness. Currently, Jane's tumor is stable, and she undergoes regular scans to monitor it. She's channeled her energy into fundraising, establishing the Hope for Brains supporter group. While physically feeling well, she acknowledges the mental toll of her diagnosis, expressing concern for her husband and 11-year-old daughter. Never considering herself a proper runner, Jane was inspired to participate in the half marathon as a way to make a significant impact. She wanted a costume that would truly stand out and capture attention. A call for help on a local Facebook group led her to Samantha Battle, a local seamstress who generously offered to create the brain costume free of charge. Jane admits she's a little nervous about the costume's comfort, whether it will be too hot, heavy, or cause chafing, but she's determined to push through. She's realistic about the challenge, acknowledging her training hasn't been perfect and preparing to walk if needed. However, she's motivated by the cause, reminding herself that every step raises money and awareness. She's also aware of the potential for her knee to give out, but remains resolute. Jane isn't alone in this endeavor. a team of 14 friends will be joining her, running both the half marathon and a 10K to support the cause. This run is part of a larger series of fundraising events Jane is organizing, including a successful Candlelight to Dance-a-Floor event that raised over £10,000. You can follow her journey and learn more on her Instagram page, at Brain Tumour Charity. Jane's story is a testament to the power of resilience and the importance of community. She emphasizes that while she can't control her diagnosis, she can make a difference for others, potentially supporting vital research. She's determined to use her voice and inspire others to take action. This run isn't just about completing 21 km. It's a reminder that she can overcome challenges and a symbol of hope for others facing similar battles. Norwegian defense startup Stendr has secured $5.4 million in an oversubscribed pre-seed funding round, led by Rainfall, Acme, and Skyfall, with participation from a consortium of European defense and tech investors. The company, founded by Alexander Leonard Larsen, a co-founder of blockchain gaming giant Sky Mavis, Axie Infinity, is developing AI-driven systems to detect and track drones, addressing a critical and rapidly growing threat. Stendr is building a vertically integrated stack of hardware, software, and artificial intelligence specifically designed for drone defense. The company's headquarters are in Oslo, and its technology focuses on identifying, tracking, and providing situational awareness against low-cost autonomous drones in operational environments. This comes at a crucial time, highlighted by the conflict in Ukraine, where inexpensive commercial drones have proven capable of neutralizing high-value military assets. Larsen's background is particularly noteworthy. He spent 7 years as co-founder and chief operating officer of Sky Mavis, which reached a $3 billion valuation in 2021. However, the company also experienced a major security breach in 2022, when the Ronin network was hacked for $620 million by North Korea's Lazarus Group. This experience profoundly shaped Larsen's perspective, leading him to prioritize defense and security. He stated, "After what I've seen, I no longer take security for granted. Resilience must be built deliberately. That's where I'm putting my energy, defense." The company's approach emphasizes European sovereignty, aiming to provide a defense solution independent of U.S. reliance. This aligns with Europe's broader push for greater self-sufficiency in defense capabilities. Backer Andøya Ventures is connected to Norway's Andøya Space Center, reflecting the Nordic region's growing role in space and defense infrastructure. The counter-drone market is experiencing explosive growth, projected to reach $20.3 billion by 2030, with a compound annual growth rate of around 25%. The EU's European Defence Industry Programme is dedicating €30 million to the joint procurement of integrated counter-drone systems. Stendr plans to use the pre-seed funding to accelerate the development of its AI multi-sensor technology, expand its engineering and hardware capabilities, and support deployment for defense applications. The company's technology is designed to be cost-effective and adaptable, offering a crucial defense against the increasing threat of drone warfare. This investment signals a growing recognition of the importance of drone defense and the potential of European innovation in this critical field. Chris Cruz, a 45-year-old nursing assistant from Pompano Beach, Florida, has been sentenced to 9 years in prison for his role in an $11.4 million Medicare fraud scheme. Cruz was also ordered to pay over $3.7 million in restitution and nearly $725,000 in forfeiture. The scheme involved submitting false claims for medically unnecessary orthotic braces to hundreds of Medicare beneficiaries. The sentencing, handed down on Monday by the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of Florida, follows Cruz's conviction in January on multiple charges, including conspiracy to commit healthcare fraud, conspiracy to defraud the United States, and structuring financial transactions to evade reporting requirements. He had faced a maximum sentence of 125 years. Prosecutors revealed that Cruz operated a medical equipment supplier through which he submitted millions of dollars in fraudulent claims. He and a co-conspirator paid illegal kickbacks and bribes to obtain signed doctor's orders, which were then used to justify the shipment of the braces. Cruz personally deposited hundreds of thousands of dollars into his bank account, making withdrawals just under the $10,000 reporting threshold. Furthermore, Cruz falsely claimed to be the sole owner and operator of the company, concealing his partnership with a convicted felon. This deception was crucial, as Medicare would not have approved the company's enrollment had it known about the co-conspirator's criminal history. The co-conspirator remains at large. U.S. Attorney Jason A. Redang Quinones emphasized the severity of the crime, stating, "This was a deliberate health care fraud scheme built on lies, bribes, and abuse of the Medicare system. Yesterday's sentence of 9 years, along with restitution and financial penalties, sends a simple message: fraud does not pay." The investigation revealed a pattern of deliberate deception and financial manipulation. Cruz's actions not only defrauded Medicare, but also wasted taxpayer money and potentially compromised the health of vulnerable beneficiaries by providing them with unnecessary medical devices. The case serves as a stark warning against healthcare fraud and the consequences of exploiting the Medicare system. The family of Phyllis Burrell, a 65-year-old East Orange municipal worker, has filed a $40 million lawsuit against Mountainside Medical Center in Montclair, alleging medical malpractice and wrongful death. The suit claims the hospital covered up the true cause of Burrell's death on April 12, 2024, and avoided a state-mandated autopsy. The lawsuit alleges that Burrell received grossly negligent medical care when doctors performed a liver biopsy while she was suffering from severe organ injury. Crucially, she was not placed on vital sign monitoring after the procedure, which carries a risk of internal bleeding. The family contends that hospital workers falsely informed the medical examiner that Burrell died of natural causes to obstruct a proper investigation. According to the suit, Burrell was likely experiencing an adverse reaction to medications from a prior hospitalization at Mountainside a week earlier, making the biopsy unnecessary. Her family's lawyer, James H. Davis III, questioned why the hospital proceeded with a risky diagnostic procedure instead of prioritizing her care. The biopsy was deemed unduly risky given Burrell's declining organ functions, and she was allegedly incapable of giving informed consent due to hepatic encephalopathy, which causes mental confusion. The family alleges the hospital failed to consider a safer biopsy method through the jugular vein. Despite repeated requests, Davis learned that Burrell may have given verbal consent, but there was no written documentation. Bernice D. Hall, Burrell's sister, described finding her sister unresponsive after the procedure, with no vital sign monitoring and cold extremities. The family paid for an independent autopsy after the hospital refused to conduct one. The independent autopsy revealed a 1.5-inch laceration of the liver and internal bleeding, contradicting the hospital's initial assessment that no lesions were present. Burrell was a longtime East Orange employee and a respected member of the community. The lawsuit suggests a pattern of cover-ups, with Davis suspecting the hospital may have neglected to send other post-operative deceased patients for required autopsies. He proposes a system for doctors to indicate on the death certificate if a patient had a procedure within 24 hours of death. Mountainside Medical Center declined to comment on the specifics of the case due to pending litigation.